Okay, welcome to Match Day. I hope everyone had a good weekend. I'm Vince. We have Ian. Ian, did you have a good weekend?
I did, and the FA Cup final, Arsenal-Chelsea will play a part in this presentation, I think. So
Yeah.
that was some good soccer watching for sure.
Yeah, no, it's good. I tried to put the ball away a little bit, but couldn't. So, because I was watching the Arsenal-Chelsea match too. That was good. It was good. It's too bad about Pulisic. So
Yeah, I hope it isn't too serious because the US national team, the next time they play, will definitely need Mr. Pulisic.
yes, yeah.
As a product of Pennsylvania, that will only make Casey and Alex happy. So
Alex is on, by the way.
there you go.
That's awesome. So, just so you know, like high school practices officially started today, but like our school where I'm helping, we're delayed till August 17th at a minimum, but all the other schools are going today.
Is yours a public or a private school?
It's public.
Really?
Yep. And the private schools are going. So it's pretty interesting. So we'll see. Alex did not like the final of the FA Cup.
The other piece of news is that this week the development courses, the 4v4, 7v7, 9v9, and 11v11 will be available for $20 on the website. That might actually be something that even somebody as young as Alex would enjoy looking at. So we'll have to get together with Alex and Casey and get that sorted out.
Yep.
And then the National, Advanced, National, and Premier blended courses, they're completely finished. They're on the platform. They're just setting up the registration links at United Soccer Coaches. And then if people take those, Vince and I have a lot of work to do because there'll be a lot of Zoom calls and things like that.
Yeah, that's all right. It's job security. So
there you go.
All right. Well, let's get at it. So, Rob's here. Good. Awesome. Okay, here we go. So in the chat box, for those that are on the other end, we don't have many today. For those that are on the other end, please feel free to contribute and put your letters or put your answers. And I will share this file, by the way, for those that do want it. So, okay, ready to go?
Yep.
All right. So, and if anybody does want this, they can email me per the usual. So, okay. So, let's get the whiteboard on. The 6 or the holding midfielder has the ball. And so now the decision, you can see that the two forwards are kind of squeezing in on she or he. And so now this player here, right, you got it. You don't want to be too risky. So would it be A, would that be a good choice? By the way, I don't think any of them are wrong. B, dribble forward. C, let's just play it back to the keeper. Maybe we can get out that way. Or let's play it forward to D. So I'll turn it over to Coach Barker. And maybe there's some people in the chat box that are trying to do it. So, yeah, Casey, by the way, Casey mentioned that he tried to register for the Advanced National today, but it showed the National.
I just sent Casey back a private email saying sometimes one side of the equation doesn't talk to the other. So
okay, very good. All right.
So I really like this one, Vince, because it kind of builds on from the ones we did a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
And this is definitely the 6, and the 6 is definitely in a very realistic position, right? So it's come out the back, and he or she has got it right in there.
Yep.
So given the orientation of the two strikers, I don't know why we would play the C pass unless we were trying to stall for time, or we were trying to get all of the Reds to come forward and maybe play behind them. So there might be a tactical issue there that you're trying to draw the Reds out if they're packed in. But I think without knowing more, I don't see C. D is a pass that maybe a Barcelona or a Man City plays where you're actually trying to play into pressure, draw pressure, and then you kick it out.
Yep.
But for me, when I look at the most logical types of situations, I look at A and B.
Yeah.
I like B because I like the aggression of carrying the ball into a space, and there's definitely a space there. But it's also sort of turning away to some extent from half of the field and driving into an area where now this player's got to respond, this player's got to respond, this player's got to respond. Because I've been very proactive, but it's not clear to me what movement would come out of it. So I think my favorite is the one that plays to the biggest available space. So now there's going to have to be a reaction from the defenders for sure. Otherwise, my guy's in great shape. And I love the fact that he's just played it behind this player. So you've continued the breaking of the line. So for me, it's A, but I can understand why B would be popular. And I could certainly make a case for D and C if there was a lot more information available.
Right. Yeah. Like, for example, score and time on the clock and all that stuff. Yeah. When I first thought of this, I thought this is a common situation. You know, the holding midfielder might be in. So, and there's that always, safe versus risk and, all those types of things. So, well, good. So we got quite a few people that contributed. Alex said he really likes C, but it depends on the keeper's skill. Good point. And then he says, so depending on that, if not much skill, he might pick B. Yeah.
So that begs the question for Alex: will Chelsea keep Kepa next season, or is he gone? And if he's gone, do they want to get the guy from Burnley, Nick Pope? That could be somebody they might want. They're talking about Kasper Schmeichel to Man United today as well.
Yeah. Following his father's footsteps. There you go.
Yeah.
That's good. Maybe they'll win again. All right. Ready to go on?
Yeah.
Good. Rob said he liked maybe A, and I think Casey said A as well, but carefully, he said. Carefully. Yep. Okay. Okay, so the ball did go to A. So let's just pretend. And as we can see here, so now the ball's on A, and then the defense shifts a little bit, right, as the ball shifts. Now this player's sleeping. But so now the left back has it. So really in a situation. Do we do B? Sorry, let me start with A. Do we do A first? So we can't, maybe we decide to try and go around them. We play B. We decide, you know what? Let's just go back. C. Or do we, if we can, maybe we take a touch and we just ping it to that forward who's pushed up onto the last defender, that maybe we can get one in behind.
Good, very good, great scenarios, because this again builds on if he'd have taken option A in the previous one. So in terms of A, I quite like A because the risk reward is in pretty good shape. If it goes to that left winger and there's good pressure comes across and cover, he or she can still play it back inside.
Yep.
They can play it back, or the person that originally had the ball, maybe after we've played it, we can then overlap or support. So I think A is an interesting option, and it does play into that to go around them. So I'm supportive of A. B to me is another one of those situations where you're intentionally playing it into high traffic areas to force a reaction from the Reds. And what's interesting about the way you diagrammed this one, Vince, is you've already shown how the Reds are starting to flood on this side of the field. Yep. So I can see B, but for me, it's a very sort of, it would go there, it would go there, it might go back, and then he'd go there. And it's a very Man City Barcelona, which I'm not ready to coach that yet. The argument for C would be if we've indeed got the Reds shifting well, maybe we can go back against the grain and then come out the other side. Yep. So I think that's a conservative, but a considered and deliberate. And then what's interesting, and I'm sorry, Alex, this is the ball that Tierney played for Aubameyang on Saturday that led to the penalty kick, which was just a pretty speculative ball down the channel, and the striker was faster. The other place, if you want to reference where you used to see that a lot, was Danny Drinkwater playing it to Vardy during the season that Leicester won the league, and Vardy would get into that inside left channel and get through there. So I think all four of them are good options. I think if I was the left back, that would be a problem for my team because I can't kick it with my left foot. But I would probably play A is the ball I would probably play. But I can make a strong case for any of them, actually, because I think they're all possibly good options.
Yeah, no. Rob says he would do B because there's more options. And Alex says B as well. Says you have the most time and space, so they can switch the play. Good stuff.
And Alex is a central player, so if you're a central player, you'd probably welcome that pass, whereas somebody like me might be, why did you just give me the ball there?
Yeah. But Dad Schaefer says he likes C, change of attack. And I mean, you can even like skip the pass. You know, you can, instead of going to this back, you can just boom, hit it, right? But that could be risky too. But or you can just play there, draw them in a little bit more and play there. So there's lots of, by the way, Alex is not agreeing with the penalty. Thought it was harsh. So
I think Alex is completely wrong, but there you go.
Hey, Sophie, who we had on last week, she should be happy.
Yeah,
like, absolutely. Yeah. All right. Number 3. Okay. So situation is the ball goes into the 10. So now you see here that it looks as though the Reds are converging, right? They're really trying to squeeze some space and deny any penetration. But it looks as though this player here, who could be maybe an 8, right, sees an opportunity to get forward and to run into that space. So that's why I put this pass in there. So that'd be A. B would be to play it back to the 6 again, or the holding mid. C would be to spin out, right? So turn it, receive it, spin out, and go from there. And then D would just be to play it back to the 2 or the right back. So, all right, let's see what people think.
So again, for me, it's what do I want to do to the red team? What is the red team's disposition? So if the red team is packed in, then D could be an excellent pass because it might try to draw them out. And certainly we can get over here, and that's going to make the Reds hopefully shift. So if the Reds are locked in or the Reds are very deep and we want to shift them, I think D could do that. I think B could do it, but I think all B's going to do is invite them to step up straight. It's not going to really change their disposition. So for me, B is a little almost negative. I like C because if he or she receives it and can turn, we've created a 2 versus 1 over here in the wing space, which would be really fun to exploit. So I really like C. If the guy's got the ball, he gets a shout to turn and he can drive there. I love that 2v1 scenario in an advanced position. But I do think my favorite is A because we've broken a line, we've played in behind a midfielder, and then this is your Steven Gerrard. Maybe back in the day, your Michael Bradley, maybe a Tyler Adams, a Wilson McKinney, and being able to run onto a ball into a space and now being able to carry the game at the centre backs. So I'm a kind of an advocate of A, and then my secondary one would be C. I'm not sure why B exists, and I think D would be if you were trying to relocate the opponent.
Yeah, when I was doing the diagram, I was thinking to myself, okay, where's another one? But
when you do them, sometimes it's hard to find 4. 3 is okay. 4 starts to stretch it.
Well, good. Well, Rob said C. A. Alex likes A. We didn't hear from Dad. Oh, no.
Yeah,
Dad was A too. Yeah, I think A for me, if you can pull it off and you got that player running at that back line, really good things can happen. So this is great. And then I do like C as well, because you could play a 2v1 and you can get, maybe this winger, right, can get in behind. So they spin out and now it's that ball there, right? And now they're directly on the goal. So lots of options. None of them are wrong. And if anybody wants this deck, please email me. I think it's in the chat, I believe. It should be there. I shared it. So hopefully.
And Vince, you want to tell the guys who the two guests are tomorrow and Thursday? Yes.
So tomorrow is a young man that actually played for me. We'll share that a little bit. He is a journalist for The Athletic, and his beat, if you will, or his team that he covers is Atlanta United. So we'll talk a little bit about that, along with his journey. He might share some Coach Gansberg stories when he was a little freshman, but we'll see. His name's Felipe Cardenas. And then on Thursday, we're going to have the individual that did the Manchester United study, the 4v4 study that Manchester United did. I think it was, in the 90s, I believe, or early 2000s. No, I think it was the 90s or 2000s. So his name's Rick Finoglia, and he basically did a study. Manchester United, I think their youth academy players played 4v4, and he did all this data and all the statistics. So I think it's fascinating. So, and then I think he's going to also share some more insight, post this study, right? What happened? So I think that's going to be really fascinating. So hopefully we get more people on to watch that one, and even tomorrow with Felipe, because Felipe is just a great soccer brain, and I'll share that tomorrow as well.
Great job with these scenarios, Vince. These are really, really nice ones. So hopefully, I don't think you put them in the file to share. I don't see them in the files. So you may have to email the guys separately, or we'll make them available tomorrow.
Okay. It says share.
Okay. I guess Rob is coming to the Latino Facebook Live at 9 p.m. Central tonight. So, Alex, you'll be in bed, and
it's 10 my time.
If you want to listen to Facebook Live with the Latin Coach, it's 10 p.m. Eastern Standard tonight. So,
brush up on my Spanish. Poquito. All right. Well, thank you so much, and thanks, boss. And I'll see you later tonight.
Great job, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.